Welcome to Yorkshireman Models. This time we're going to be painting a Phantom F4, as you can see, already built. We've got everything, I'll just pull these to you to show you, we've got everything made now, all ready to go, it's ready for painting. What we're going to do is cover all of it in some Mr. Surface of 1500. That's so we can get it all an even colour, and this kit, I've seen the pictures of when you just leave it like this, and it does look nice, it does look good, but we want to make it more realistic, so we're going for the painting option now. So Mr. Surface is going to get blasted over everything, and I have got lots of bits to spray. I've even got a full setup here on this, all ready to go. So that's going to get done, but before we do that, what I am going to do is to spray my cockpit section, it's not cockpit, sorry, canopy sections here, and I'm going to spray these first with a neutral grey here, which is kind of what I've painted internal bit of, and then that way I'm having the canopy open and you'll see the neutral grey first, because if not you'll just get this black and it might look a little bit strange. But so neutral grey, and then it'll be getting that anyway, so that the colour from that, because it's black, will blend all in from when we start and put as normal colours on it. Otherwise you might get a lighter colour on canopy than what you've got on rest of kit. What I will say is, if you've not seen me build this yet, I'm putting a link up now, and then that way you can click on that, watch me build it. This kit's a joy to build, really is, and it's certainly worth watching the video. So if you've not seen it, get yourself off and have a look, because it's certainly worth it. I have also done a review video on this kit. Again, there'll be a link up at some point for that as well. So I'll crack on, get my paints mixed, get them all sorted, and we'll get us spraying done now. I've decided to have an open canopy, so I'm going to spray grey on it first, and then that way when I put my other colours on top, whichever I'm going to do, it's going to end up where it's got grey underneath, so when you see it open it'll look alright. Well, that's my plan anyway. But this is Mr. Surface Black Primer 1500, use it a lot. If you watch my videos you'll have heard. I've actually just got some new two new bottles because it's started to come back into the country at last. But as you can see, it just goes down everywhere when I do it. It's the easiest way for me, I find. But everybody's got their own methods, and you can do what you want. It's your model, whatever makes you happy. Now I know these are going to be white anyway, and but hey, right, the colours I'm using are Mr. Hobby colours for the main. This one is 316 white, it is. Although I don't think it's a pure white, it's got like a bit of a creamy look personally to me to it. But the actual kit gives you the paint colours for Vallejo's Revel, Tester Model Master, Humbrol Life Colour and Krios, which Mr. Colour is. So I've gone with Mr. Colour because it's probably one of the most available that I find that I can pick up. This is Vallejo Silver I'm putting in round back here. I think, and I've been told before by people saying that I've got my air pressure a bit high. I think I have with this one. But it's only a little bit. It's not spreading, it's not smearing spreading, so I'm not too worried. It's a very thin paint, is Mr. Vallejo, or not Mr. Vallejo, just Vallejo, sorry. Very thin paint. The top colour, the main, it's going over everything. Again, Mr. Colour 315, the grey. It is. I like to get into corners like that first, get a good coat in there, and then you're not, afterwards, if you've missed a bit, you don't realise it. You're not trying to just spray it all again. Just makes it a bit easier, I find, but everybody's methods are different. It is taking a good bit of paint, I'll tell you that. I think I used about 3/4 of a bottle, or probably a bit less than that, 2/3 ish on this kit of this paint, which is quite a bit when you think about it. But then again, it is a massive kit really. This time I've opened it up a bit more. The actual airbrush, I'm laying it blast a bit more on. You can see there, it makes it a bit easier. I probably should have got me airbrush that's 0.5 art, but in all honesty, this does it. It's just takes a bit longer, that's all. This is Tamiya's flat red I'm doing at the moment. And you can see it's on wingtips, stuff like that, so masked it up. And I use, for these thin parts there, you can see a masking, I use Tamiya's masking tape. And then for the big areas that you can see where I've covered up loads of it, I just use a cheapo generic masking tape. I just make sure that it's a delicate surface one if I can get it, because the other one might pull the paint off. So, but if you get the delicate surface, it never does. I've never experienced it doing it. This is just a Tamiya green. I think it's just a basic green I've got. I can't remember which one it was now, but a bit of Vallejo silver on tips of these. I do like that Vallejo silver. I've got the full set, and you get 4 different colours, aluminium and all of that, so they're pretty good. Painted all these separately, and then you just push them together. It's very easy done. A bit tight though when you're putting them in, but they do go in well, and they look fantastic. You just glue them together like this. I paint around the inside at doors with this is Vallejo flat red, this, because I find Vallejo paints that are a lot nicer with brush than what Tamiya does. It dries up too quick, Tamiya. But I just paint around door, and then that way you get like that effect of warning there's a danger when the undercarriage is down. I'm just blasting on some Mr. Colour gloss here, just so that the kit's ready for the decals. Right, what I'm doing here is I'm going to have to spray this tail section again, but in white. And I don't think this is my fault, that. These sections here I've missed them. I've got to spray them in white, so I've got to do that anyway. But I'll just show you the instructions here. It's got this white section here. Now, I thought that was the decal, the white, because it's telling you to paint in red, all of them. So I'm presuming it's done it on the opposite side as well. I'm painting this in red, and they're going to be white, the decals. Now, I probably could say it's my own fault. I've not really looked at the decals enough, but the decals are red. So I'm going to have to paint it white, otherwise you'll never see it. It would be wrong. But like I say, those sections are my fault. I should have seen that on the actual model, on that picture there. There you go. They're white, both of them. So I'm going to do them white now. But yeah, I mean, some people would say it is my fault. I'd say some is, some ain't. So here we go, let's get it done. I put the decals on with Microsol and Microset. I find it a really nice decal solution. I have got Mr. Mark's Setter and that, and I did favour that for quite a long time, but it's a really, really harsh one. It can burn into gloss coats and that quite easily, so I've kind of moved away from that unless I'm doing Tamiya ones and that, which are a thicker decal, and they kind of stand up to it a lot better. So that's why I mostly use Microsol and Set now. I put them in brushes, as you can see, and I find that's a nicer way to put it on rather than keep dipping in and out of the pots with a brush instead. And them brushes that you saw, I picked them up off a Amazon for about, you get about 3 for about £3 or £4, or what the one when I got them, they weren't expensive, that's for sure. But I just find, like I said, I just find them a bit easier. I probably should have waited a bit longer. This one's not wanted to slide off quite as easy. It's gone there. Like I say, they go down really nice. The only ones that have not gone down perfectly are the ones at the front around the bends, like the shark's teeth and that. They didn't really want to go down as easy, but they had a lot of stuff to go around, so it wasn't quite as nice as easy. But they've gone on, and I think I put about 2 or 3 coats of micro set on it, and it's made it alright. There is a lot of decals with this kit. There's no get out the fact there is, feels like hundreds and hundreds of little ones, the small ones that you have to put on, and I spent probably a couple of days just decaling it. If you added it all up, just cotton bud to get rid of the excess, and then you just dry it away with cotton bud, then make sure it's pressed in nice. I was very wary with putting this decal on, I'll be honest with you. I thought it's going to go pear-shaped, as they say. But in all honesty, absolutely beautiful. Went on perfect. Just needed a little bit of just shuffling around a little bit just to make sure it's lined up perfectly. And that were it. It absolutely took to it great. I was really impressed with it for a decal of that size. I don't like the gigantic decals, I'll be honest with you. I usually end up ripping them, but that's just me. Probably because I keep trying to move them into places I shouldn't. I should just leave them be. You just have to make sure you get all of the moisture, well, all of the solution that's behind it out, so it's good. I've got to just, there's a couple of bits I've missed with painting, so I've got to spray this now. Got to be really careful with putting decals on already. Such small black squares there, but I thought they'd be better than painting it by hand. You could see now where I went on about with all decals underneath. Look at them all tiny ones, and it's like that on top and all. But this was finishing off with decals. I just thought I'd show you how many you get actually underneath. You can see all them little ones, and they're all different directions they're pointing. There you can see top one. Some more gloss over it, seal them decals in, make sure she's nice and protected, because I'm going to put a wash on it. I'm not going mad with weathering. I had no intentions of going mad with weathering with it. So for the actual pin wash, as you'd call it, or panel lining, all I've done is, you can see on the card there, that's some Winsor Newton black oil paint, and I've really thinned it down, you can see there. And you can probably just see up above, there's the thinners for it at the top. And you can see it's a really thinned down version. And I'm just blasting it over all of it. And then you just rub it off like this. But this is where I think this has reacted. Now, I take it off as I normally would, although that's a little bit, probably a little bit damp, but take it off and you can see swirl marks underneath, especially where it's been sat for quite a while. And I think it's reacted with the gloss from Mr. Colours gloss, and it's making me really wary of using Mr. Colours gloss on out like that again, that I'm going to pin wash, because obviously it's slightly enamel based or whatever it is. I've made a mistake, I think. It's not too bad, it's livable. I don't mind it too much, but yeah. Started to fit all of the missiles, bombs, everything else you've got now, and boy, there's a lot. You'll see when I've finished, it absolutely fills underside of this. They just sit straight in. This one here, I mean, it's been forever since I last did. I worked on the kit between building it and actually painting it, and I broke one of them fins off, and I don't know where it's gone. Or in all honesty, it's just disappeared. These all slot in nicely. There's places for them to actually slot into. You've just got to make sure you get them into the pinholes and stuff like that. And the wheels just easily just push on. Although there's no flat spot. I do like a flat spot on wheels, but there's not on these for some reason. They've not bothered. Don't matter. Just adds a little bit of realism if they do it. Pylons now, gluing all the missiles and that to them. I'm only putting these missiles on to start, and the bombs are on another bit of like pylon. They will go on towards the end because I'm going to break them off. They're hanging really low when they're like that. So these on first, and these are the bombs on the other pylon. These have got little slots that they just sent into and all. The reason, by the way, I'm using that Revel is the glue that you see, is I find it eats through the paint and into the actual plastics and melts the plastics together a little bit better than using Tamiya thin. Don't mean to say you can't use Tamiya thin, because you can. It'll do the job. It's just that I find the Revel one a bit better, and it's a bit thicker paint, so it takes it a little while longer to go off. And the external fuel tanks are going on that. Like I say, it certainly fills up, doesn't it? And the figures, I did actually record a video for it, for the figures, for how I've painted them, and for some reason it's gone. I cannot find it on my computer anywhere. I don't know what I've done with it. I don't know whether I've forgot to download it on or whatever, but these are my figures. I'll have to do a video separate. I've got another figure you get with it spare, and I'll probably do that at some point and do a video on showing you how I paint my figures, because I do it as easy as I possibly can. I don't try and overdo it with making the most perfect faces and all of that. So these are 1/48 scale. It's hard to make them, in all honesty, as I would say, the most perfect thing in the world. So I do them what I feel fit, that they look really good in the aircraft. And these are them that go underneath on to the pylon with the missiles there. They just glue on again. There's a point for where they're sitting. You just got to make sure you get it. You know when you've got it, because you can feel it drop in like there. Before, you can feel it sliding about. It's not wanted to go in right. And now we've got my Winsor Newton flat varnish, as you can tell. And I'm going to blast the lot now. It's all getting Winsor Newton flat. As you've probably heard before, it's my favourite. But hey, it does the job, and it's cheap enough. And in all honesty, the reason I use it's not because of cheapness, it's because it's the best I've ever found. There you can see the grey underneath there. And then that way, with the canopy open, you'll see that, and it looks more realistic than seeing plastic colour. Or whatever colour it is that you're going to end up seeing. These just slot into place. These are a pain actually. They do go in alright, but you've just got to be careful. One of them I had to sand a little bit of them nubs you see at the back. Just a little bit too big. This here, you've got to hold it in place a bit, because that thin piece there will want to come off. You can see there the back one's already fallen off. I knocked it off trying to get that in. It didn't want to go, I'll tell you now. And push the back piece in now, and it's in Elmer's purple glue. It just dries clear, so it's a good glue for me for this. Right, it took 6 months to get it to this stage, which seems a hell of a long time, but I have been on and off with different kits in between, because I do like to build kits that only last about 2 weeks and then they're done. But I should have got it done earlier, but it's done, and that's the main thing. And as you can see, she looks a beauty. She really does, but I think where she shines is the underside. With all that there. Look at that. That is absolutely cracking, in my view. The amount of detail and everything about it, it's absolutely spot on. Brilliant. The pilot's in the cockpit. I'll give you a closer up. Yeah. Absolutely lovely. But this is where, when I said I'd had some like swirling discoloration, you call it, from the actual pin wash. I'll just bring her up thingy, and it's not easy to see, but you can probably just see it on the these sections here. Now, I'll be wary for it next time. I'll definitely, I think there's just been a reaction. I think it's an enamel with an enamel, in all honesty. The paint's enamel more than anything. It's not really acrylic, and then you're using an enamel actual pin wash. So my fault, but it's one of them. You learn from your mistakes. I will point out another thing. Right on the top here, these two here are not the actual parts. They're gone. Don't know where they've gone. Disappeared. Not even over. They've just gone. Can't find them on my workbench. I had a tub with all the bits in. Couldn't even find them in there. So hey, they're gone, and we're just going to leave it at that. But yeah, do I think it's a good kit? I think it's a fantastic kit. I think it's absolutely brilliant, to be honest. And I'll just show you a quick thing here. And it is only quick. This is obviously the box for it. But look at all the spare. When I get the lid off, that's all it's saying. I mean, when you want to do something, you struggle to do it. Just lid for box, man. But hey, that's better. Now I can show. Look at all them spares. Look at all that lot in there. Ooh, don't damage the model. She's a bit fragile as it is. But look at it all. But look at it all. I just had to cut and edit there because there were something with my address on. Look at all missiles. Look at them all spare. More missiles. Look at them all. All of this you get in spare. Tail sections. So if you ever buy another one, not this model, this one thingy, but if you ever buy out else where you want to add bombs, more bombs, all of this, very handy. More pylons, loads of them, loads of different pieces that will always come in handy in the spares box. That'll probably fill it up forever, but that's that. So, like I say, really impressed with the kit. Would I build another? It's not a case of would I build one of these ones here. Once you've done one of this size and scale, would I build this one? Probably not. I probably want to build another manufacturer's, a Revel or a Tamiya or whatever, somebody else's. But if you've never built one, the Academy one, I'd certainly say it's certainly worth it for the money that it costs as a kit to get and build, because it makes up a bonza kit. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Really appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up or just a subscribe. Would be absolutely brilliant. If you subscribe to the channel, helps this channel out loads, because then YouTube know people are really interested in it and they start and pump it more. It ain't a case of to make money up, because I don't really make any money out of this. This is a pure hobby. So if you thumbs up or a subscribe, you'll do me a great favour. Thanks for watching, and I hope I see you around for next time.